Now, there is something funny about this Kenya Kwanza government that I've observed for some time. You who is watching this video have a place you call home. You have a house. You have somewhere you stay. Why should someone come and demolish that house which you afforded to build, and comes up with some high-rise building which he wants you now to pay for? Then after you paying for it, you should get some floor number 3 or number 4 somewhere, and also pay for it an amount of money which is more than the market value of such like a kind of house. Where is this money going to? Who is taking the money? If at all we Kenyans are the ones funding that project, then if people buy these houses, where will the money be going to? Who is taking that money? Who is taking that money? Because it will not be alone. When you are deducting Kenyans, you are not taking alone, you're taking the money. But then who will be accountable for taking that amount of money that people will be purchasing those affordable houses? Who will be taking that cash? Who will be pocketing it? So I think this is a very big scam. This is one of the biggest scams that we have in Kenya after the Kimware and Arol or the NYS, whatever it was. This one is bigger, and people are coming up with new ways of looting. Assuming I'm the president, right? I just wake up someday, go in some boardroom meeting with some few people. Then we come up with decisions and say now we have to enact these as laws. We have agreed, we have said that we are going to deduct some amount of money from what you earn starting from tomorrow to do this project because we have agreed. This president of ours has come up with some policies which are counterproductive to what he should be doing. And that's the reason why very many things are not going his way. The courts have now pronounced that the housing levy is illegal, null and void, and it's unconstitutional. And now William Ruto is crying foul. He is now on the roadside saying that he's going to go against what the court has said and continue with deducting that money from people's salaries. What really is going on in the head of this William Ruto? I made a video earlier saying how he really was on the side of the court whenever the court ruled towards his side and against the what? The opposition. And he was very happy about it.
And we want to tell our friends, the handshake brothers, walikuwa wanaturingia ati nobody can stop reggae. Now that it is confirmed by the Supreme Court, reggae imekwama haijakwama.
But now William Ruto has become someone who is now ready to go against what the court decides. And we know what the court decides is usually in line with what the constitution wants us to follow. Okay, so this guy started building houses around the country. But okay, let me say he has not started building. The person who started building those houses, those affordable housing, is Uhuru Kenyatta, right? The projects that William Ruto is launching right now, the projects that is running here and there with a chopper, running here and there with his convoy of cars to launch, were first initiated by President Uhuru Kenyatta during his tenure. And that time, William Ruto was very busy on the roadside, in churches, telling mambogas and people like you are watching this video that is going to deliver. And he believed it. And so you voted for him, and now you're suffering. But you're not suffering alone because everybody else is also suffering. Whether you voted for him or not, you're suffering. Because this guy is now going after everybody. If you rear a chicken, he's still coming after your chicken. He's sending KRA to count all those chicken, to know what amount of tax you need to pay to the government. And it's becoming a situation where Kenyans are now being put in a corner, which is getting hard to breathe and is almost suffocating them. You've seen what happened to Ruto in Meru. Youth have now become uncontrollable. They were shouting at the president. They heckled him, and now the president got bitter. He started telling them that that should be the last time. That should be the last time they are doing that. You can watch the video.
Watu wa Kiutine, nyinyi mnanisikia? Siasa hii ya makelele mimi sitaki. Tunaelewana? Hii siasa makelele ni siasa mbaya. Nyinyi vijana nataka niwaambie, mimi nataka niwapangie kazi ya ajira. Mambo ya kuja kupiga makelele kwa mkutano mimi sitaki. Musikie vizuri. Sijui kama tunaelewana. Sisi tumekuja hapa kupanga mambo ya maendeleo ya Meru. Mambo ya barabara ni ya muhimu, ni kweli ama si kweli? Mambo ya kilimo ni ya muhimu, ni kweli ama si kweli? Mambo ya stima ni muhimu, ni kweli ama si kweli? Kusomesha watoto wetu ni muhimu, ni kweli ama si kweli? Tabia kama hii mimi sitaki tena. Kwa mkutano ya rais mimi sitaki watu wa kupiga makelele.
He tried to warn them. That is just the beginning. The moment the whole country will now have that kind of energy whenever the president goes, He goes to Western, they heckle him. He goes to Nairobi, they heckle him. Wherever he goes, it just shows how Kenyans have now that little faith that was remaining in President Ruto is now getting eroded. Kenyans are tired of him already, and now they just want him to finish and what? Leave. They want him to finish this first term and leave, unless he steals the election. As we're speaking, things are not looking good for the Kenya Kwanza side. To me, William Ruto seems like a puppet. If William Ruto is not in Kenya, then he's probably somewhere in the US, probably somewhere in the UK, probably somewhere in Germany. That guy is always traveling. He has no time to sit and think and strategize what he's been doing over time, to come up with new ideas, to listen to what people are saying on the ground. He has no time for that. And if it doesn't seem, he really is a puppet, because everything that he's doing is trying to align with what IMF wants him to do. Then you wonder, why should IMF control our president, yet we are the ones who elected him? IMF is telling him to tax even more, to come up with new taxes to tax Kenyans. That's IMF telling Ruto. And Ruto comes and tells his people in parliament, go pass this law, and they proceed to do that. What he has to say is just, we have decided, we have said, Kenyans have told me, we have prayed, God has said. What kind of president does that? I mean, even if I would have been the president, I would have listened to what people are saying on the ground. I have the National Intelligence Service with me. They brief me every day, every morning. They tell me that these people are trying to say this. This is the message from the ground. I mean, I'm very well informed. But William Ruto thinks he's a superhuman. He can just detect and feel that people want him to build new houses for them. If William Ruto doesn't change track of what he's doing, then things are going to fall apart very badly. If you're here for the first time, you're watching this channel for the first time, or you're watching me for the first time, please consider subscribing to this channel. If you're watching this from a different platform other than YouTube, please head over to YouTube and search for Manu Sosi. I'll be the first one to pop up, so you can subscribe to this channel as well.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all.